Hello and welcome to today's session. Today we are going to do a bit of yoga. This is going to be a bit of all sorts, just a general practice to lengthen you out, make you feel a bit stronger and make you feel a bit more relaxed. So we're going to start standing today, just for a change. We're going to find a position that feels relatively uncomfortable in my hips. So I don't want it to feel painful. If bringing your big toe knuckles together feels too weird and too painful, you're going to take them apart. But I do like the stimulus of focusing my feet forward, just as we bring our awareness to our hips, to our bodies, just to bring some alignment into this position. So if bringing your toes together feels a little bit weird, well, just go with it, as long as it's not causing you any pain. You're going to close down the eyes or soften the gaze. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down. Allow the hands just to rest wherever they rest by your sides. We're not forming a full mountain pose for this particular part of practice. I just want you to feel into your body. I want you to notice if you're finding that you're leaning a little bit more to one side, and I want you to see if you can find, using your toes, using your body weight, using the mechanic of your body without placing tension too much, straightening out completely one leg or the other. Just find a place where you can find some comfortable stillness with weight through both feet. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, let the shoulders be heavy. Notice as well, as you start to find that comfortable position in your feet, if you're tilting your pelvis backwards. What sometimes happens when we find a comfortable position in our feet, our hips start to take the brunt of the work, the low back starts to take the brunt of the work, and we stick our bum out. Just notice if that's happening and see if you can tilt your tailbone forward, like really exaggerate it forward. Notice how the weight changes in your feet. You're going to lift the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Notice the length through the front of the body. It might feel like you're getting length through your hip flexors, the bits at the front of your hips as well. And see if you can maintain that lengthened position, tucking your tailbone under even more if that feels like you need to just do that to close the space between your hips and your ribs. We're trying to find length and strength in the hips. So trying to stack the spine in its natural curve, not trying to make your spine completely straight. The reason that we're tilting that tailbone under is to try and create some length and shorten our hip flexors. Take a breath in here. Exhale, let everything go, but see if you can keep your tailbone tilted underneath. If you're feeling the opposite way, like your butt is coming forward, just see if you can relax through that low spine just a little bit. As you take your next inhale, we're going to bring hands to heart center, then exhale, you're going to send the hips back towards the back of the room and forward fold. Bend the knees nice and deeply, connect your belly and your thighs, and just see here if you went to one side or the other as we came forward. See if the weight shifted. Take an inhale, find a half lift position, and exhale, forward fold, belly connects to thighs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, belly connects to thighs. Maybe now you take opposite elbows and just sway side to side. We want to be intentional through the entirety of this practice. I want you to notice where your weight is in your feet, in your hands, and I want you to think about if you're starting to, as you sway, place more weight onto one foot than the other, We're just going to see if we can make it more even. Take another breath in here as you find another half lift, and we're going to place the hands down, walk your hands out to find a plank position. Shoulders are over the wrists, tailbone is tucked, we press the ground away. You guys have done enough of my practice now to know that I do not like this plank position. I like this plank position because it engages your abdominals far more effectively. While we're here, we're going to take a breath in, press the ground away, and then exhale, send your heels back towards the back of your mat to find your downward facing dog. First down dog of practice, you can bend the knees. Yes, you can. Lift the hips up towards the sky as much as you would like. See how it feels to be here. Take another breath. And then float forward, back through your plank position to an upward facing dog. We're going to drop the knees, untuck the toes. I'm going to move these blocks so that you can see what I'm doing. You're going to take your fingers a bit further forward than your head. You're going to drive your pelvis down into the ground. We're going to lift up into a baby cobra. Notice how my arms are not straight. We're not taking this to full range of motion yet. Exhale, we're going to drop the nose back down to the mat. Let the pelvis relax. Notice how it comes away from the mat. Don't need to do anything about it, just notice. I want you to keep the tops of your feet down onto the ground as we press that pelvis down and then lift up again into this cobra position. Maybe this time your cobra is a little bit higher. It's not necessary. Just notice what you're feeling through your thoracic spine. That is the part between your neck and your bra strap. Drop the nose down towards the mat. Take your fingers a little bit further. We're going to control this range of movement. Spider fingers. You're going to press up and extend your arms as much as you can. If you haven't moved your hands far enough so that you can get your chest up off the ground, move them further away. From here, I want my chin to be not 90 degrees to the mat because that's hyperextending my neck. I want my chin to be facing like an arrow down towards my mat. On your next inhale, you're going to see if you can lift your chest a little bit higher. On your exhale, I want you to press your pelvis into the ground as you roll. Like we do when we do in our bridges, we're going to roll our spine back down to the mat. The nose might meet the mat, it might not. You're going to lift your tailbone up off the ground. So we're almost in like a knees, chest, chin position without lifting our knees off the floor. So my knees are on the floor. I'm lifting my hips as much as I can. And then exhale, you're going to bring that pelvis down, back towards the ground. And we're going to drive the nose towards the chin as we lift back up into this cobra position. Exhale, leading with the chest. You're going to roll all the way back down onto your mat. Nose finds the mat. We're going to lift the hips up as much as we can. And then you're going to drop the hips back down. The nose slides back, chin towards chest as we lift up. Let the chest fall. Let the face fall. It is your face. There's no better way of saying it. We're going to bring those hips up. Place the hands beside your shoulders. And you're going to send your hips all the way back to find a child's pose position. Lengthening through the hands. So I want to actively keep these hands down. As we press the hands into the ground, I want you to feel your shoulders rotating outwards. So you're almost thinking about rolling your armpits down towards the floor. Let everything go. It's kind of like, I imagine it as wings. So imagine that your shoulders are wings. Now we're lifting the shoulders up towards the ears. On your exhale, you're going to press the hands down into the ground and take those armpits down. Inhale as you lift those wings up towards the sky. Exhale, drop those armpits down towards the ground, and then inhale, come up to your tabletop position. We're going to do a little bit of core work. Okay, I don't put tons of core work into these videos because we have dedicated videos for that. However, I do love a bit of core work. Anyone who has been to an in-person practice will confirm that this is correct. What we're going to do from here is a challenge. You're going to bring your left hand to the centre of your mat. You're going to send your right leg back towards the back of the room. This is the challenge. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to cross it over your left hand in front. You're going to hold here. You're going to notice that you're moving. You're going to keep your gaze stable so that you keep your body stable. You're going to hold for another 3, for another 2, for an extra challenge. Bend your knee up towards your bum. Foot goes to sky. And drop it down. Very good. Now, we're going to take some movement into the hips. Take some movement into the shoulders. Finding this cat-cow position. Moving however you would like. And we're going to go to the other side. Right hand comes to the centre of your mat. Left leg goes back towards the back of the room. The right hand comes over the left. No, the other way around. It comes across. You understand. You just did the other side. This one is going to be easier. For reasons, probably because if you're right-handed, you will tend to spend a lot of time on this side. It's also neurologically a little bit easier, she says, whilst looking around. And then for an extra challenge, bend that foot. This kind of makes it a little bit easier on this side. So we're shortening our lever. Keep going. Hold. For 3. For 2. For 1. Plant that knee down. And send it back. Find downward facing dog. Inhale. We're going to look forward. Step the left foot into the centre of your mat. Let the right foot join. Inhale. Find a half lift. Chest is parallel to the ground. Legs are straight. We're thinking about sending that hip up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to rise. Hands come behind your body. We're going to lengthen the hands away as the chest comes forward. And then exhale, forward fold with your hands interlaced behind your back. Inhale, we're going to find half lift. Imagining your hands are being dragged up towards the sky. The hips are back. Your feet are working. You're not rolling into your heels. I want to have weight evenly distributed. Big toe, little toe, heel. Lift those hands up towards the sky as much as you can. Imagine that you're being dragged towards the ceiling. Let the head be nice and heavy, and then exhale. Let everything go. The hands come down. We step the left foot back. The right foot joins it. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Inhale, float forward to plank. Exhale, upward dog. Inhale, downward dog. Look forward. Step the left foot. Let the right foot meet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, interlace those fingers. Now reorient them so that they are interlaced the other way. You're going to drive those hands away from the body if they go. If they don't worry about it. And then exhale, forward fold. Imagine those hands are being pulled up towards the ceiling. Exhale, let everything go. Plant the hands. Right foot back. Left foot joins. Press the ground away here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we round. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the left foot back to the back of your mat. We're going to find a low lunge here. Inhale, we're going to shift the weight forward. Okay, so in our lunge, what I want you to think about in this lunge position is driving this knee as much as you can over your big toe whilst keeping this heel down. If this is causing you any pain in your knee, lift up your heel. We're still going to do the same thing. We're still going to drive that knee forward, but you're going to keep the heel lifted. We're trying to get some work into this ankle if we can at all. Ideally, we're going to do it with the heel down so that we're stretching into the front of this ankle. If that's not there for you, here. If that is really not there for you, we're going to stay in this position, and I want you to think about just lifting your toes up off the ground. So if you're here with me, we're going to lean as far forward as we can. You're going to turn those back toes and you're going to come to either a high or a low skandasana. We're going to come back round to our lunge. Inhale, the chest goes away. We move that knee as much as we can without that heel coming off the ground. And we're going to find that skandasana. Come back to your lunge. And find your skandasana. We're going to come to the same position on the other side. And then come back to the centre. Back to your lunge. The chest goes forward. We bring the feet together at the back of your mat. Press the ground away. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. We're going to shift the weight forward. Press the ground away in your plank position. Come to the top of your toes. And we're going to find this up dog position. Inhale, I want you to press the ground away in your up dog. Exhale, we're coming back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Step the right foot forward this time. Again, I'm not going to rabbit on about your options here in your lunge. You know what they are. They're the same as on the other side. Whatever you did on the other side, do the same on this side. Even if this knee is not causing you any bother, I do suggest that you check out the knee pain video. If you have any other questions, any other specifics, let me know. And I will look at what we can do for your specific situation. Otherwise, take the same version just so that we're getting balance through the body. So we're driving this knee as far forward as we can over those toes, keeping that heel down. I'm not really worried about the back leg for the moment. And then turning those back toes, we're going to find either a high or a low skandasana. Come back to your lunge. And back to your skandasana. Back to your lunge. Then back to your skandasana. Skandasana to the back of your mat now. And then come forward. Find that lunge. Send it all the way back. Press the ground away. And then find downward facing dog. Let your head be heavy. Inhale, we're going to look forward. We're going to step the left foot forward. The back foot is coming to 45 degrees. You know the drill. We're coming to our Wonder Woman stance. Hands come to your hips so that we can reorient our hips to the front of the room. I want you to think about making sure this hip is not dropped down. We're trying to turn the hips as much as we can to the front of the room and then dropping through the left hip almost, so that if you imagine there was a line from one hip bone to the other, it would be straight. We're going to come here, inhaling as we turn the hips towards the front of the room, and then exhaling as you drop that knee outside your big toe. Take another breath in here, and then as you exhale, you're going to see if you can go a bit deeper, but think about your back foot. The outside edge of your back foot should not be lifted. We want to think about driving it into the ground so your little toe has connection, and we're thinking about all the way down the outside edge of your foot, finding connection with the ground. Take another breath in here, and then exhale. We're going to interlace the fingers, forward fold to find our humble warrior. Keeping everything the same. The hands come as far away from your body as you are able. Sending your knee even further forward if you can. Take a breath in here. And then we're going to straighten that front leg. Keep everything the same. So we're still in this humble warrior position. You've still got your hands driving up towards the sky. We're going to see if we can lengthen, roll all the way up into our almost warrior two position. We're then going to reorient the feet. So we are in a warrior two position. We're going to keep this back leg straight as we reach back overhead. Let the hand drop either behind the knee or down the leg to feel that stretch on our left side. Rights and lefts have escaped me again today. Take a breath in and then cartwheel the hands down. Send that foot to the back of the mat. Press the ground away here. Take an inhale. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Inhale, float forward. Exhale, up dog. Inhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Step your left foot in between your hands. Orient your back foot to 45 degrees. So the heel is backward, the toe is forward. Wonder Woman stance. It will be wrong to start with, and that's okay. This is how we're finding it. We're going to turn the hips towards the front of the room. Think about which hip is going which way. I sometimes find my right hip wants to almost drop down in this position, so I have to think about dropping my left hip, weirdly, down when I am here. And I get quite a bit of SI joint pain. If you need any videos on that, let me know. I know all the tricks and tips for that. Blooming nonsense. Not that any pain is not a pain, but that one is my least favourite. So we are driving our knee to the little toe on the right side. You're still doing your Wonder Woman. You're still thinking about that outside edge of your back foot. We are going to interlace our fingers. Then you're going to change them so that it feels like you're holding someone else's hand, so that we have continuity on our front delts and all the other muscles in the front that we're stretching. We're going to roll those shoulders back and down. We're going to forward fold into our humble warrior. And I want you still to think about your feet. I want you to still be pressing the outside edge of your back foot into the ground. I want you to still be using your toes on your front foot as you deepen the stretch, if that's there for you. Taking a breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Straighten that front leg. We're keeping our hands where they are as we think about those hands going straight up towards the sky and then them coming down towards your bum. You're going to reach up with your right hand and you're going to let the left hand be nice and heavy as we find this kind of warrior two-ish pose. You can reorient your feet to find your warrior two feet if that feels good. We're going to reach with this right hand, and then you're going to cartwheel the hands down, send that foot to the back of the mat, press the ground away in your plank position, and then exhale. You're going to find your downward facing dog. Inhale, we're going to float the body forward. You're going to bring your right knee to your right tricep, and then we're going to drop it down onto the ground. We're coming into a half frog position. I love frog. I just love it. I'm not very good at it. I do practice it often, but I just love it. So half frog is a little bit easier to find. If you want to add something to this position, you're gonna bring a block underneath your hip on the opposite side. That is gonna make this position a little bit easier and make it a little bit more accessible for you. If you want to go absolutely nuts, you're going to bring the block underneath your knee. I love this. This for me it just feels so nice here, which is my bad side, and just in general across my tummy and all of those things. I just really like this. So wherever you are, if you don't have a block, you can use a book, you can use some cushions, you can use a rolled up towel. Any of those things are acceptable. I don't suggest you use anything squishy like your partner or the dog. Doesn't really work. But anyway, when we're here, you can stay up onto your elbows, or you can come down so that your chin is resting on your hands. From here, we're going to elevate that back leg as much as you can. And then you're going to drop it down, and I want you to drive the heel into the ground as hard as you can. You're going to pick that foot back up towards the sky, keeping your knee as much as possible your heel in line with your knee as much as possible. It should feel like you're getting cramped kind of here, and then drop it down. Drive that heel into the ground as hard as you can, as hard as you can, as hard as you can. And then pick it up towards the sky, up towards the sky. When you get here, wherever you are, and it doesn't matter whether you've got your block on the opposite side or here, or you're not using one, I want you to think about driving this hip into the ground. So almost turning your body so that you're driving that hip in towards the ground. Yuck. And let it go. Woo. We're going to come back to our plank position, either through tabletop or as a press up, downward facing dog. Same again. You're going to float the body forward, bring your right knee towards your right tricep, and then drop it down. If you use an elevatory piece of equipment, you are going to bring that with you, either under your right hip, under your right knee, or not using it at all. That is fine. Okay, I'm going to say once again, if you used it on one side, do the same thing on the other one, even if you don't need it. We're going to bring balance to the body. It will make a difference, I promise. Okay, just check. One thing I should have said on the other side. I always remember extra details on this side. Okay, keep your hip and knee in one line. So if we're imagining this block is your positioning, hip here, knee here. Not hip here, knee here. Okay, so again, you can come down onto your forearms, or you can come down onto your arms resting on the floor with your chin resting somewhere nice. We're going to lift that foot up towards the sky as much as you can, as much as you can, as much as you can. Then you're going to drive your foot down and drive the heel into the ground as hard as you can. Keep driving it, keep driving it, keep driving it. And then lift it up towards the sky. Oh, yuck. And drive it all the way down. I drove it a little bit further than I thought I could. And I got extra cramp. And then drive that heel down, heel down, heel down. Eek. And then pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. And then from here, turn that hip down off with that same side hip into the ground. and drive it as much as you can. More, a bit more, a bit more, a bit more, and let it go. Oh, yuck. Take that block out. Our last stretch is going to be a full froggy. Ugh. See, I told you I wasn't very good at this one. This one eludes me. It's one that I've been working on for many years, and I just can't get all the way down. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So we're going to either be on hands, or we're going to be on our elbows, and you're going to send your hips forward and then back, and then forward and then back. Last two. Last one. Now go back as far as you can. So you want to have your hips to the point where you literally cannot go back anymore. We're going to drive our knees and our feet into the ground as hard as you can. Drive it, drive it, drive it, drive it, drive it. And then let it go. See if you can move your knees out a little bit more. Take some circles with your hips. And then circle the other way. And come to some stillness. Drive those knees into the ground a little bit more. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Let it go. Oh. And then you're going to find your fullest expression of your frog, and we're just going to hang out here for 5 breaths, which is yoga speak for until I've had enough. That is the rules. That's what they teach you in yoga school. They don't. That's a fib, but hopefully it made you laugh. Oh, listen to my song. I'm going to tell you, as you release your hips, it might release other things. Yep, that's your body just working, so you're welcome. Keep going, just rest here. I'm also going to say, if you are on your elbows, that is fine. If you have still got whatever elevations you had and you're here, that is also fine. Just do what you need to today. And it might look different today than it looked yesterday, and it might look different again tomorrow. And that's all fine. Keep it going. I mean, I'm going to say keep it going. You're not doing anything, hopefully. This one kind of sneaks up on you as well. It's like you go into it and you think, oh, this is okay. And then 4 breaths. 4 breaths in, you're like, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. Oh well, don't worry. We've got 2 more breaths. I told you 5 breaths was just as long as I could feel. Just as long as I need to be here. It's not all about me. It's all about the feeling. So when I feel like my body starts to relax, that's when we're good. I know your bodies might not start to feel like they're relaxing in that moment. That's why I rabbit on at you in these positions. I'll do the same in pigeon. We'll start talking about ice cream, what you're having for tea, you know, a fun thing that you saw today. All of those things, they help your body to relax. They help your nervous system go, oh, I'm not being chased by a tiger. And then you start to relax and you start to go, oh, I accidentally went much, much deeper into the pose than I thought I was going to be able to. Because you're doing too much thinking. No need for thinking here. Thinking is not welcome. Okay, I'm going to tell you, there is no easy way of getting out of this. You can either come back and bring your knees together, or you can just find your own way. You're adults. Very good. Okay. Our very last stretch of practice today. We're going to do a lot of the fishes with a glute focus rather than a spinal focus, although you'll get a bit of both. You're going to cross one leg over the other. It doesn't matter which one, we're going to do both. You're going to hook your elbow around your front knee and you're just going to relax here. So I'm not drawing this knee. It's kind of like when we're in Happy Baby. I don't want to pull my foot towards the ground in Happy Baby. In this one, I'm literally using the hook of my arm. If you cannot hook, you can use your hands, and I just want you to create a barrier so that this leg can't go that way. And then we're just going to relax into it. Just see where you need to be. After doing your frog, this should feel a bit easier. We've kind of turned off everything in this area, so it should feel a little bit easier to get into this stretch. We're going to take another breath in as we lengthen. So I'm almost thinking about rolling my hips forward. That's going to give you more of a stretch in the part of your glute that needs stretching. I know which bit that is. Be the same as mine. Same as everybody else's. We're going to take another breath in and lengthen the crown of the head up towards the sky. Feel that pull. And then release that. Switcheroo. Hook. Rest. Whatever you're doing is perfect. It's just perfect. Just don't overthink it. The more you overthink it, the more difficult it will be. You don't need to. Whatever you're doing is wonderful. You are wonderful. I'm going to say, for the last couple of moments of this practice, I want you to remember, for at least this next minute or so, that you are wonderfully, beautifully, fantastically you. You are not mum, you are not carer, you are not teacher, you are not business owner, you are not employee, you are not wife, you are not partner, you are not dog mum, cat mum. You are enough. Just you. Just you. See if you can squeeze your chest towards your knee a little bit more. Rolling onto that opposite hip. Taking a last breath in here. And exhale, let it go. Okay, practice complete. I hope you feel a bit longer, a bit stronger, and a bit more like the warrior queen that you are. Until the next practice, I hope that the rest of your day is filled with sunshine and magic and things that taste good and things that smell nice and things that make you feel incredible. Until next time.